male strippers. What was I thinking? So I had come to this country and I had been married for a little bit. It was an arranged marriage. You know what arranged marriages are. You know, the first date, you're picking on China. The second date, you're on your honeymoon. And I had gotten divorced, and I decided that I should do something exciting, explore, you know, what American girls or people living here do, women do, go out and have fun. And so I had met this really good friend of mine, and she used to research, she still does, research exotic dance. And she would go out and make notes and, you know, go to different dance clubs and such. And so she invited me along one day, and she said, I'm going to this male strip club. Do you want to come? And I said, sure. And so a steamy summer afternoon, I went with her, and it was, I think, somewhere in Maryland. I forget the name. Anyway, so I went there with, you know, I was a little nervous, and it was something new to me. And I went in there, and talk about steamy. I went in there, and then we had, and at the same time, okay, firstly she was like this writer, researcher, so we got prime row seats. We got like front row seats, so she could sit and make notes, and I'm like her little trembling companion exploring the world next to her. And unfortunately or fortunately, at the same time, there was a bachelorette party at the same time in the club. And so there was this wildly drunken, screaming bridezillas and their bridesmaids over there. And there I was, sitting next to my friend who was very earnestly like watching, taking notes and doing what have you, and I'm just sitting there looking a little lost. And then the dancing starts, and you know, there's a smell of excitement in the air and expectation, and the bridezillas were very lusty because they were all drunk. They all had like crooked crowns on their heads and little veils and just like nutty. And so the show starts, and then we have people come in. Okay, the first one I called him, what would I call him? I call him Bathtub Bob. Let's just call him Bathtub Bob. So he comes, they roll him out in a bathtub full of suds and bubblies. And I'm like, literally, like, you know, my training as, you know, as an Indian woman, like you don't show too much expression, at least in those days. Now it's kind of changed. I just was like, okay, let's watch this one. So they roll out Bathtub Bob, and he's in the bathtub, and it's full of suds, and but they lay the plastic on the floor, and he's out, and he's like, you know, this towel, and all the girls are going, ah, and they're going like crazy, nutty. And so then Bathtub Bob starts taking off and he stands up, and he has a towel, and he plays with the towel in different ways, strategically. And then he starts taking off his trunks, or whatever you call them. I don't know, you can call them anything. I call them pieces of elastic. So he just kept, you know, and I could hear like Velcro ripping, and it was really, so he starts taking off, and it was like endless. Tongue after tongue, and of course the girls were going crazy, and they were going absolutely nuts. And in between, he would go back in the bubbles, and then one lucky girl got to towel him off, and then he starts taking off. He must have had like a gazillion thongs. I have no clue how it all fit. I honestly, because when he took everything off, it still wasn't off. It was still, to put it politely, it was a pretty big package. I mean, it wasn't the UPS or the FedEx that had delivered it. It was already there. It was delivered. And so, they went crazy. And so that was that with the Bathtub Bob, and they reeled Bathtub Bob off. And I'm still sitting there with my mouth open. Of course, my friend is busy writing notes and enjoying, because she's examining all angles and all points and circles and rounds and what have you. And then we have a fabulous lookalike come up, and pretty good looking, long blonde hair, tight ass, and he was dancing around us a lot because he knew that my friend's writing notes and maybe she's going to like write up about him. And he has a tongue on too, and he starts jiggling in my face. And I'm sitting there, and I said, oh my God, what do? Because this is not something I'm used to. So I pick up my fork, and I pick up my And I'm sitting there with my fork and knife in hand like I'm going to eat, but not him. Anyway, so it was that, and so he was, you know, he danced around, and I was just like insanely interested. And anyway, to make the long story short, what was I thinking? And then the bridezillas went crazy, and he was kissing all the brides and everybody, and I was so afraid he'd come to me that I literally shrank, and I grabbed my friend's knife and fork, and I had like double knife and fork. What was I thinking? But a good time was had by all.